But we are pleased to have in our studio Mr. Michael Cabonargi, who is the chair of the Cook County Board of Review. And this is going to be a very interesting discussion with our very important guest. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Pleasure.
And thank you what you do for our veterans.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.
Great. Give us a little background about you, and then we'll get into the great work that you do, because you do so much.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Cliff. Again, my name is Mike Cabonargi. I have the pleasure of serving as the chair of the Cook County Board of Review. And the Board of Review is an agency that hears the property tax appeals of homeowners. So homeowners in Cook County can receive a free appeal of their property taxes that they can fill out themselves. They don't need an attorney. And I have the pleasure of serving with my colleague Larry Rogers Jr. and hearing hundreds of thousands of appeals from homeowners throughout Cook County, and we're able to give a lot of relief to folks. I've spent my whole career in public service. We were talking before we went on the air, Cliff. My first boss was your friend, Senator Paul Simon.
Right.
And then I had the honor of working for Senator Dick Durbin. I was a law clerk. Then I became a federal prosecutor at the SEC, where I investigated fraud and corruption. And then Chief Judge Tim Evans appointed me, and then I was elected to my current position as commissioner and chair of the County Board of Review. Again, where we get to help homeowners throughout Cook County.
That's great.
Thank you.
That there's so much there, Mike, that you've worked with some great people.
I've been very fortunate.
Yes, right. I mean, everybody you've been with is, that people like them, and respect them as they do you now because of what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, tell us a bit more about what you do as property tax appeals, because you get a lot to talk about.
A lot of talk. I've been doing this for 8 years. I have met one person who's walked up to me and said, "Hey, thank you. You got that number just right." It doesn't work that way. No. So our primary job is we hear the complaints and the appeals of people who appeal their home, and they say, "Listen, the assessor said my house is worth $300,000, but my neighbors only assessed at $280,000. I think I've been overassessed." That's all they have to do. They don't have to take photos. They don't have to do any research. They just have to sign the complaint form. Our analysts and lawyers of the Board of Review will do all the work for them. But there was a change in the state law recently that allowed our Board of Review to create a new program that helps fallen heroes, and it's a surviving spouse tax abatement program.
That's something new then.
It is a brand new program, and,
Great.
and this is our first time really talking about it, so we're excited to come on and share this with
great.
the listeners.
Tell us about it.
Sure. So now if you've had a tragedy in your life and that you're the surviving spouse of a fallen police, fire, emergency worker, or veteran, the City of Chicago and Cook County will refund back to you the City of Chicago and county's share of your property taxes. So if you're the widow who's undergone the worst loss we can imagine, the loss of a spouse who is serving our community and our country, either as a police, fire, emergency worker, as veteran, you come to the Board of Review, give us some evidence that we need for the file. Perhaps if we need a hearing, we'll have a hearing, but we'll take it from there. We'll make a recommendation to the county board. We make a recommendation to the Chicago City Council. They look at our evidence, and if they agree with us, then going forward, as long as you're the widow living in that home, that City of Chicago and that Cook County line in your taxes will be zero.
Now, how long has this been in?
Just went and I give all the credit to Mayor Lori Lightfoot and to Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle. The county board
They just did this?
and they just did this at the end of 2019.
Wow, because I hadn't heard of it.
And you know what? And that's why we're really trying to let folks know about it, especially in that tight-knit veterans community where folks really share information probably more than a lot of people. Word of mouth is important.
That is that's a great thing.
Yep.
It's a great thing. I'm sure people would be interested in this. WVON call-in number 312-374-8130. 312-374-8130. Not only is that a great thing, we are fortunate enough to have a gentleman right from the start with our guest, Michael, who's you know all about it, right?
That's what I'm here to answer any questions and help some people.
Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. So what else do we need to know, Mike?
So if anybody hears this or they know of a friend or a family member who may be interested, I encourage them to go to our website at cookcountyboardofreview.com. Again, that's cookcountyboardofreview.com. or give us a call down at the board, 312-603-5560, and just ask for an application for the Surviving Spouse Property Tax Abatement Program. Just ask for a surviving spouse. The person will know what you're talking about. The form is available online. You can get it if you call our office. It's a simple one-page form. We want to make this as easy as possible for these families to get this program. They've suffered enough already.
Yeah.
We want to make this an easy process for them. We have folks who are going to work with them one-on-one.
I think that idea is nothing short of fantastic. It's just great. Let me ask you this, Mike. This is good for the fallen heroes of surviving spouses. Is there anything for people who don't have a surviving spouse, but they fit into this, police, military, rescue workers, but they just feel that the taxes are too high?
That's my principal job, is hearing their tax appeals. So even if you're not from a veteran's family, even if you've not had to suffer this loss, you can still file just a traditional tax appeal with us.
Okay.
You can do that online. If you've ever done anything on Amazon or Netflix, we're as easy as that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't want to use computers, again, give us a number, call down at the board, 312-603-5560, and just ask for an appeal form. We'll mail it out to you. It's simple. Name, address, signature. Congratulations. You're done. We'll take it from there.
Give us that number.
Sure. 312-603-5560.
And simply ask to send out a form.
Yes, I heard it on Cliff's show that I can get a complaint form. Can you mail me one? Sure. Happy to do it. Least we can do. Least we can do. We try and make it as easy. Enough people have enough going on in their lives. I mean,
Yeah.
if folks are like me, at the end of the night, it's when I'm paying my bills. Family's gone to sleep, and I'm sitting there with the checkbook paying the bills. We just want to make this easy that you can just fill out this form, mail it back to us, or even easier, if you're good with computers, just jump online. It's available 24 hours a day at cookcountyboarderreview.com. It's the same form.
Michael Cabonargi is the chair of the Cook County Board of Review, and he's giving us some information that I never thought I'd hear.
I know, someone coming in from the government with something free and helpful.
Yeah, that's
nice to
right.
hear.
That's right. And make it easy, However, just get us the information, and we'll send you whatever you need.
Yep.
That
You were in the service, Cliff. I know you're waiting for the next part. You're like, come on, nothing's as easy as you say it is. There's a hook, there's a catch there.
I would think.
We try and make it that easy. And by the way, this is a new program we're talking about. If there's a way we can make it better, we want to hear that too.
Wow.
So if there's veteran families and fallen police and fire who have a way we can make this better, we want to hear that too.
This is new.
Yep, brand new.
Yeah. When did this go into effect, Mike?
December 1, 2019.
Okay.
And we just came out with the forms at the end of January, so I want to come out and share them with your listeners and know that the program is up and running right now. The hope is once you appeal and once we not filed the appeal, but once you filed an application for the Surviving Spouse Program, and once we've done the review, as long as your circumstances don't change, that abatement will just stay on the home going forward. So you won't have to reapply every year. You'll apply once, and we'll ask you once a year just to confirm that the facts are the same. If they are, you're done.
I'll tell you, and this has been in effect how long, Mike?
Well, thank you.
How long has this been in effect?
Oh, this has been in effect. Again, the law became effective December 1st, 2019.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it became effective December 1st, and then we needed around 4 weeks to get the forms together, make sure those follow the procedure, and set up our processes. And so we've been online for about 2 weeks now.
And have you had time to have any responses?
We've gotten, fallen firefighter Herbie Johnson's family reached out. The surviving family of Police Commander Paul Bauer reached out.
Yeah, sure.
We got a lot of folks.
Yeah.
And again, we want to work with folks one-on-one. These are folks who have suffered an unimaginable loss.
Oh, sure.
And we want to be sensitive on our end to make their lives easier and better, not more stressful. So we'll work with folks one-on-one.
Did this have to come through the General Assembly? Or?
Yep. So there was a change in the law that would allow a city or a county to do this.
Okay.
And once that law passed, it gave the city and the county the authority. We jumped in to work with the City of Chicago and the Cook County Board to say, let us help by doing what we do in other ways. We'll collect the applications. We'll do the research. We'll do the hearings, and then we ultimately just return back to the Chicago City Council and the County Board recommendations. We'll do all the legwork on our end, make it cheap and easy on them, and we'll give it back to them, a final recommendation for them to accept.
Has there been enough action there, Michael, to have responses?
I was shocked that in the first 2 weeks we've already gotten about a dozen inquiries from folks.
Yeah.
And I really do think it's situations like this where people are talking about it. The first, I think, 5 or 6 were from fallen police officers, CPD. Another 5 or 6 were from fallen firefighters. I think we've got, as I understand, talking to my staff this week, we've got some veterans. I'm not sure what branch of the service they're from who have applied. But we just want to spread the word out to everybody. Again, there's no filing fee. You don't need a lawyer to fill out the surviving spouse application form. You just need to give us your name and address information, and we'll work with you from there.
That's great. That's
I
great.
want to help a lot of people here.
Yeah, you sure do, and you make it simple to do, and that's not that. Unfortunately, as you well know too, because you've worked with some great people, but things aren't usually this simple.
Yeah, this form is
He's
not
laughing, folks.
This is not in triplicate.
Yeah, that's right.
As you heard from my resume, I've worked in all 3 branches of the government. I worked in the legislature, the executive, and the judicial. And the thing that's the same
Yeah,
is
right.
paper forms and triplicate. So we're going to eliminate all that. And we'll make this real easy. And again, we're going to have human beings work with these applicants here one-on-one to make it easier on them.
That is great. Again, the call-in number, all of you know that, VON, 312-374-8130. I'm not surprised there aren't any questions because there's nothing to ask.
I'm guessing there are a lot of people right now, Cliff, online getting the application form or dialing in my office at the Board of Review right now.
Yeah,
to get the
right,
form.
right. Yeah, they don't need to do anything but just follow what Mr. Cabonargi is saying. That's all. Just say what the chair is saying. That is, I've been in government a while too, as you probably know.
Yes.
And this is really amazing.
I'm real proud of it. And again, it was a real partnership with the mayor, the county board president, and members of the city council and the county board. A number of whom, as you know, are veterans themselves. And,
Sure,
And
yeah.
they as soon as we mentioned this program and started describing it generally, they said, let's just get this done. And so it moved very quickly through the city council and the county board.
You know, that's amazing. It's just, and it also, hopefully, will send a message for some other things that could happen. Because we really haven't seen that many different forms of government get together to bring something that is so important and so great
Yes.
so quickly.
Yes.
Yeah. So does that, if you can answer this, I don't want to get you in any kind of trouble, but do you see, you obviously have done a great job. Do you see some other things that might be able to involve these different forms of government?
Yeah, you hope that. You hope when you see
Yeah.
people together from different backgrounds and different communities, but what brings them together is they're veterans or they've suffered a loss and they've been through it. I think so. I mean, just working with the veterans who are on the Chicago City Council and the county board and seeing how much they have public servants' hearts to help our veterans, they're always looking for an opportunity. So I think, again, if folks have suggestions on how to make this program work better, I know that we've got folks in the county board and the city council who are eager to help us make it better.
That's great.
Yep.
They're reaching out for more. And with these officials that you're talking about that are there now, that's a great thing too, because it suggests that there can be other things that will happen, Michael, that somebody come up with another idea.
Yep. Yep. And folks should know that there's an audience there. There's there's elected officials who want to help veterans when given every opportunity.
That's great. That is really great. Well, I just think that's a wonderful thing, and I think we're going to hear more about that. We're going to hear more from you, whether it's here.
Thank you.
I know who you've been with. I know what you do, and you're a veteran.
I am not.
That's what I wanted you to say.
I'm not. I've not served, but
I heard you say you weren't.
I would not.
Yeah.
I'm not a veteran, but I've
Right.
obviously respected the service of the men and women who wear the uniform.
That's great.
Thank
I
you.
think that's even better. Let's take a caller for him. Maddie, hi. You're on
Hi, Cliff.
WVM.
I love you. I have to say that first.
Well, thank you,
And
Maddie.
you keep us so informed, and
Well, thank-
that's one of the best things you can do for our community.
Thank you,
And I
Maddie.
just have to comment how great this office is. The Cook County Board of Review have taken care of my property taxes for years. I first heard them on your show with Larry Rogers. And
Sure.
he said, even if you think your property taxes are correct, put in an appeal form anyway. Because a lot of people don't know that this opportunity is available, and we don't know what the property taxes should be in our area. But that Cook County Board of Review does a very good investigation, and they will lower your property taxes if they're not uniform. So I have nothing but very good things to say about this office. I'm so glad you've had the gentleman on to explain that. And I hope he comes on more shows so more people will learn about it, because it is a very good office and it really helps the community. We need every penny we can get. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
And Maddie.
I just love you, Clifford Kelly. This is Maddie Morrison signing off.
Oh, thank you so much, Maddie. Love you too. It's reciprocal. All right. Okay.
All right.
That is great. Thank you so much. Things like that. I mean, that's what people want to hear. You know?
Maddie,
Yeah.
I owe you dinner. You just made my day. It's a weekend afternoon, but I've got folks at the Board of Review working hard for the taxpayers of Cook County, and I'm going to go back right now and tell them about what you just said, because I know they appreciate it, and I do too. Thank you, Maddie.
You're great, sir.
Thank you, sir. And thank you for having me on. And I think you mentioned before, I'll just give a toot of my own horn here. I'm also running for clerk of the Circuit Court of Cook County, and want to bring this public service over to the clerk's office and make sure that everybody in Cook County gets the access to justice that they deserve.
When is that?
The election is March 17th. March 17th, St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
And it's Mike Cabonargi for clerk of the Circuit Court.
Clerk of the Circuit Court. All right. I want to thank you so much.
Thank you, Cliff.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.